thanks to the support as a channel member, Harvey2478. Well, it all comes down to this then. Final day of the season. We're being a little bottly, so we do need to get a result on the final day to secure promotion. If we don't, I think I'm going to get sacked. Think that's just me being over dramatic? No, I've had an inbox message about it. Really do have to get this promotion. Assuming we get through that, we also have the FA Trophy final. So we could end this episode with the non-league double, or we could be job hunting in about 20 minutes time. And there's your proof that there's an inbox message, because I know what you look like. Oh, Kev's just being dramatic. No, disquiet is growing amongst Brackley Town as the National League North title challengers continue to go through a rough patch that has seen them fail to win any of their last 4 games. Blah-de, 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 blah, blah-de, 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 blah. But yeah, we've, aside from the really impressive win against Oldham, we had the draw against Radcliffe, draw against Telford, which you saw. We then lost against Chorley, only drew with relegated Leamington, and now we've got Solihull Moors, who rejected me twice to become their manager in the last 12 months. And we need to beat them to, I mean, we don't even need to do that. A draw or not losing like 25-0. Should be fine. We would like a win to take a little bit of momentum into the FA Trophy final as well, where we play Scunthorpe, who aren't having the best of seasons. They might have been relegated back down to our level by the time we play them. So hopefully they're going to be in horrible form. But we want a win. Let's do a win. A win is important. And this is the team. It's Laidlaw in goal. A back four of Shipley, Craig, Ellison and McWilliams. Tripp at the base of the midfield. Devaney and Dafern ahead of him. Agbenone on the left. Farmer on the right. And Ahoyenvien. Bradley's up front. Rob Harley's injured. That's not the one I was looking for. Ewing is suspended. Peck is still injured. Beckham is injured. Alpha Ruprecht is suspended for both of these matches, which is a little bit unfortunate because he's probably going to win player of the season. Maybe Farmer will pick it up, but they've both been great. So it means Farmer now pushed out onto the right-hand side, and Cabiat has made his way back up onto the bench for the first time in a good long while. We definitely need to be moving him on this summer. Even though we've got money for days, he's the second highest player at the club, and we can't have that. What we would like to have is a win here. And Bradley is lining the ball up on the edge of the area and hopefully about to stick it in the top corner and really make me want to sign that boy permanently. He has been genuinely sensational since we brought him in on loan. As a Peterborough fan, I am very, very excited if he ends up being half as good as this in real life. He has scored a screamer for us already before he got injured. But I mean, he's been all right, hasn't he? He's been quite good, quite an exciting player that, I mean, we've got Moneybags non-league tycoon money, the likes of him and McWilliams. If we can bring those boys in permanently, it certainly sends a message to the rest of the footballing world that we mean business, because we're able to attract really, really, really good players. And he definitely goes into the category of really, really good player. Obviously, we've got Farmer, we've got Marsh, we've got some good strikers here at the club. You can never have too many good strikers. If you've got 3 strikers who could all get 30 goals, we've got the 2 wingers who are probably good enough to play in League Two. We're starting to put together a team that could potentially go back to back. And the way the board are piling on the pressure, I am starting to think we might have to go back to back. And having him around next season would be a very helpful way for us to achieve that, because he's scored again. He is brilliant. He's good in the air. You've seen he can hit a nice free kick. He's a good finisher. He's quick. He's everything you want in a striker. I don't really understand why he wasn't getting a look in at Posh, because he should, because unless he just, for whatever reason, bottles it if he plays at a higher level. But the ability he's got, I mean, we have seen it in Football Manager before. We saw it in the Wembley save with the glorious Tom Best. Was phenomenal, and then just hit a level where the game wouldn't let him perform anymore. It's quite abrupt when it does that. So it might just be that his current ability is at a certain level that means he's not allowed to perform well in League One, League Two, whatever it might be. But he's certainly absolutely ripping the National League North apart. 2 goals to effectively win us the league today. And we're looking forward to the first of hopefully 2 trophy lifts. Wouldn't that be a lovely thing? McWilliams plays it over the top. Defern flicks on. Bradley's in for his hat-trick. And he's not able to apply the finish, but it does get us a corner, which in the world of McWilliams is as good as a penalty kick. We're aiming for that far post, I think, where McWilliams is lurking. We did aim for him, but didn't hit him. Was he even in there? There he is. That's him, I think. There's a lot of him. He's hard to miss. He's a big boy. But he, for some reason, I guess we didn't aim for him. Why we wouldn't aim for him, I do not know. Right, Shipley plays it forward to Devaney. Devaney over the top, looking for Bradley again. Look at that pace and power. I mean, he is something else. He is showing you all elements of his game today. He is such a good forward. And I know some of you are going to be disgusted that Farmer, after getting nearly 40 goals, has been pushed out onto the wings. How many more examples do I need to show you of how good this guy is? We've got a job to do. We've got trophies to deliver, and he's the best man to deliver them. And 2-0 at half time. This is it. This is done, I think. Southport, I mean, it doesn't really matter what Southport are doing. We had a 20-goal advantage on goal difference, so we had to lose like 10-0. They needed to win like 10-0. I don't think either of those things are going to happen. So I think we won the league, which is blooming excellent, if you ask me. Right, McWilliams, as ever, can't make it for a full 90, so he comes off. We will take off Farmer as well. Cabia can get himself a rare appearance, earning his ridiculous money. That boy's on like 60 grand a year to train part-time. He barely makes the bench. So he's effectively earning 60 grand a year to turn up on Tuesday and Thursday nights for training. I have no idea what he does with the rest of his life, but I imagine he's pretty good at Fortnite at this point. Right, Tripp plays the ball over the top. Agbinone across to Bradley. There's his hat-trick. 15 for the season since arriving in, February he came in, I think? He arrived before the money did. And, I mean, that's not how history will write it, I'm sure. History will use it as an example of, we got the takeover and then immediately got this League One player who started ramming in the goals for us. He signed at least a week before. I don't think he'd played yet when the money arrived, because that's why we went and signed Marsh as well. But Bradley was definitely already here. Let's give him a standing ovation. Marsh can come on and get 10 minutes, and we can get ourselves ready for the FA Trophy. The FA Trophy, by the way, it's nearly a month until that game, so I think we probably have to arrange some friendlies to just keep our fitness levels anywhere near match fit between now and then. Especially if Scunthorpe are going to still be playing. I don't know. Is there I don't think there is a relegation playoff from the National League, is it? It's never come up because I've never been relegated from the National League, so I don't really know how that end of the league works. It's none of my concern. This shows you how good Bradley is, because Solihull have actually edged it for XG today, but there's only ever looked like being one winner. Oh my word. He says, I mean, ultimately, none of this matters other than momentum going into the FA Trophy final. Even if they score another one, it doesn't really matter, other than it's spelling the end for Ross Laidlaw, because he's probably not good enough. But there we have our first trophy lift of the save. Where's my trophy? Couldn't find my little Lego trophy. I've got it here. Don't worry. We're going to lift the little Lego trophy. I can't believe I didn't have it ready. We're doing this twice today, hopefully. National League North champions, boys and girls. Oh, come on. Hey, come on then. We did a trophy. First of several that we're going to get today. Look at that. Absolute beauty. It says champion on it. For I am the champion. Lovely. Good work, boys. Same again at Wembley in like a month's time. Enjoy a holiday between now and then, I guess. Oh, hang on. Straight off the back of that, we're into budgets. And they're not as generous as I hoped they were. I'm pretty sure they agreed they were giving me more than that. 35 grand wage budget, 25 grand transfer budget. Doesn't seem like, I mean, it's 3 times what we're spending currently. So it does give us something to work with, but I don't think that necessarily is going to allow us to steamroll over the National League. I don't feel like I've been very tycooned there. maybe he'll change his tune. But there's your confirmation. More confirmations. Yeah, all right. I'd like him permanently as well, but you've just seen the transfer budget I've been given. Is he out of contract? Oh, he is out of contract. Oh, now, can you imagine if we can get that boy in permanently? That would be a piece of business. That's for sure. Well, it turns out there's lots of things I don't know. One of which is how suspensions work, because Alpha Ruprecht is available to play, but he is suspended for the first game of next season because of his red card that we saw in the last episode. So he is able to play. Peck is back from a long injury layoff as well. We did play a couple of friendlies just really to get some match fitness back into him and maintain the fitness of others, but he was fantastic before his injury. So he comes back into the side as well. It does mean that Farmer is going to have to start from the bench, having just been given the new biggest contract in the history of Brackley Town and winning the National League North Golden Boot Award. But this might be the final time we get to enjoy Bradley. We still can't offer him a contract. Very much hovering over him and McWilliams, keeping an eye on those contracts being able to be offered. Not just them two. I mean, any of the boys from this year. Ellison's got time left on his deal. Peck is out of contract as well. Tripp, he's got time left on his. But I mean, anyone who's out of contract, Defern, we'd bring these boys in. So not him. So the three we're looking at, Bradley, McWilliams and Peck. But this is the team. Why have I got Collins in goal? That's a hangover from the friendlies. I'm glad I read the team out to you lot. Goodness me. Laidlaw in goal. A back four of Thomas, Craig, Ellis. Who the hell is Ian Thomas? Oh, he's one of the youngsters who's just come in. Again, have I even picked this team? I mean, he is good, isn't he? But is he really going to make his debut at Wembley? That seems excessive. Shipley. He can start from the bench. So Shipley... I did check this before pressing record, I promise. So Laidlaw in goal. Shipley, Craig, Ellison and McWilliams, possibly in his final game for the club. Ewing at the base of midfield. Devaney and Peck ahead of him. Agbenone on the left. Alpha Ruprecht on the right. Big Bradley up front. All 6'3" of him. What a man. And then a new boy on the bench who's never played a game of football before. So he's going to be an interesting one. I'm not even introducing you to him until the next episode because our 5 Premier League youngsters have already arrived. But I'll level with you. Didn't anticipate needing to use them in this match, but they clearly impressed in the friendlies. And one of them tried to sneak their way in. I think you all know by now. I pressed the selection advice button and then adjust accordingly. And that one slipped through the net. But we've got 26,000 people have turned up here at Wembley. I hope we get a share of that. And we seem to have started very nervously. Scunthorpe, by the way, did survive in the National League. They finished 18th in the end, so must have won on the last day. So they'll probably fancy their chances. They're the National League team. We're the National League North team. But they were down at our level last year, year before. I forget which year they got promoted. They were never that much better than us. Oh, God. Laidlaw, that's why we brought Laidlaw back. It was wide. It wasn't even a save. But they were never that much better than us, and we certainly hope to be better than them next year. So I'd like to really send a message to the National League that we're coming for them, that we're going to win this from the National League North, because why not? My set-piece coach is insane. Bradley's 6'3", and he's got him taking the corners. We have a set-piece coach. I do trust him. We score a lot of goals from corners, but sometimes some of those decisions, my word. Right, Craig plays it across to Ellison. Ellison looking for options, gives it to McWilliams. McWilliams to Alpha Ruprecht, who finds Peck moving the ball nice and quickly now, and this is what Peck does so well. Moving into the wide areas, gives it to Alpha Ruprecht. There's Bradley, 16 of the season for him. Why is this stand so empty? And then we've got fans next to each other here. That's mad. Stick us on the side. But I imagine the majority of people here are probably Scunthorpe fans, and they're not going to have a very nice day. We're going to ruin it for them because this is 1-0 to Brackley. Moneybags Brackley, which we're not showing any of the money yet. The money is coming. Right, Alpha Ruprecht has picked up a knock. I think we probably bring Farmer on for him rather than my assistant recommendation to bring on Cabia, because I didn't think Farmer was even there for a second. And then we'll stick Farmer up front. Bradley can go out wide. And we'll see if Farmer, with his new big boy contract, he's now the highest paid player at the club. We'll be able to find out if he did just have a grumpy on because of how much money Marsh was earning. which I speculated on an episode or two back. If he gets a couple of goals today, then we know he just wanted to be the main man, the highest paid player. He is that again now. Laidlaw plays it forward to McWilliams. It's hard to get over McWilliams. He's 6'5". It just kind of hits him in the chest. And then Ewing looking for Agbenone, doesn't find him, but Devaney comes back with the ball anyway. And now Shipley, who knows his days are numbered at left back because of that youngster who's just arrived. Ball over the top to Farmer, brings it down nicely. And there's number 39 for the season for Owen Farmer. The boy just needed money. I might try this one with the board. I might sulk until they give me a couple of grand a week. That is a lovely, lovely finish. That's the Owen Farmer that we all know and love from earlier on in the season. And I tell you what, if we can get Brackley in permanently for next year, they're a perfect big man, little man combo. There's a foot between them. Farmer's 5'3", but he's quick. And they would make an incredible partnership. We'd have to change the tactic to accommodate it, but we're losing several of our central midfielders anyway. So I'm thinking we switch to a 4-2-4, and I think it'll probably be okay, especially if we get that guy in who very nearly adds a third for us. And I think at 3-0, we start celebrating and I go and find my little Lego trophy again that I've put back on the shelf behind me. Goodness me. Right, Tripp is going to come on. That'll do for now. We don't need to use all our substitutes too early. We don't want to be going 15, 20 minutes with 10 men because we made all our changes too soon. Devaney plays it back to Craig, who looks for the ball over the top for Farmer. Farmer can't get there, but look at the nuisance he makes from himself. And there's the two of them linking up. Big man, little man. It's the future of Brackley, boys and girls. Bradley with the cross. Devaney from range, but can't keep his shot down. I promise if we sign Bradley permanently, I will Google it and find out how to say his actual name. Right, final change. We've got McWilliams is shattered. You know what? We're going to give a debut to Ian Thomas. So I guess you meet this guy now. He's come in from Arsenal. He's a left back and he looks really, really good. So he is going to come on and make his debut at Wembley. What a day to make your debut. Murray, we know, is leaving the club in the summer. He'd already announced he was leaving on a free transfer. So Thomas just comes in as the like-for-like replacement in the squad for him. Easy peasy. I love the fact that the Premier League youngsters signed so early. And apparently there's no deadline day for playing in the FA Trophy final. Right, Farmer was can't really compete physically in situations like that. I think that's the edge Bradley has over him. But there's the ball over the top for Farmer. And this is where Farmer is so deadly. And he has got number 40. Probably with his last kick of the season. It's his second of the day, his 40th of the season. Will we get another 40-goal striker again during this save? I suspect we probably won't. But what a season Owen Farmer has had. His first season in professional football. And look at his pace. So dangerous. 3-0 now. It's not the first time we've thumped a team from a higher division this year. We are destined for bigger and better things. It might have taken us 3 years to get out of the National League North. But goodness me, when we finally done it, have we done it in style? And you wouldn't bet against us winning the National League next year the way we're playing. The question now, of course, is a bigger club going to come in and take me away from this little tycoon situation we find ourselves in? Because then I'm going to have a serious decision to make during tomorrow's transfer special. And I am a little afraid to have to make that decision. Let me know in the comments what you would make if you were presented with a big, I mean, obviously if it's a big pay rise, it's easy. But if it's like a £500 a week pay rise, I think I stay. I think I need someone to come in and at least double my money for me to even entertain it. We have got a very bright future here at Brackley. The chairman's talking about getting us into Europe. I want to be part of that. The last thing I'd want to do is leave and watch them do it without me. That would be heartbreaking. Look at the size difference there. McWilliams is enormous. What a ridiculously big man he is. That's why he's got 18 goals this season. Oh, I need my trophy again. Hang on. Wait for me, boys. We've got the trophy again. I need one in that shape for when we lift ones like this. We're never lifting the FA Trophy again. In fact, we might do next year because we're playing it again next year, don't we? Hey, double trophy lift in one episode. And if nothing else has been achieved there, and I think some things have been achieved there, but if nothing else, I'm never going to have that stupid interview question ever again that I had to face 6 times just a few episodes ago. Why have you never won a trophy? Balls to the lot of you. I've now won 2. Imagine if you'd have hired me, you wallies. But that is all your confirmations of all the good things. We have won all the bits and bobs. Everyone's happy. I mean, the board, I don't know how I've only got a B from Monty. Why is he's the director of football? I can sack him. Why is he compiling that? Where's the board? Adam, what do you think of me? Do you love it? I've never seen this screen before. Well, this is right. Here you go then. So there's your confirmation that back in February, Adam, you told me my transfer budget would be £325,000 this season. I can't help but notice it's absolutely nowhere near that. I feel like I've been robbed. We need another conversation, I think. What is this? Board request data. I've never seen this screen before. This is great. Football Manager, eh? The gift that keeps on giving. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.